Hello everybody, this is your Digital Super Saiyan 3 back with another video, and yet again, it's time for a monthly retro pay-per-view review. Today, I'm tackling Summer Slam 1998. This is marking the 20th anniversary of Summer Slam 1998. This show took place August 30th, 1998 at Madison Square Garden in New York City. On commentary for this show is Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler. We opened SummerSlam 1998 with our opening match on the show featuring the likes of D'Lo Brown defeating Val Venis via disqualification to retain the European Championship. A really solid match between Val Venis and D'Lo Brown here. I'd say D'Lo Brown was a very underrated talent, and you could say that, yeah, he was a very underrated talent. This is 1998 after all, and it's the height of the Attitude Era. We had really raunchy gimmicks and everything. And so, yeah, I've been wanting to talk about a WWF pay-per-view in the Attitude Era. So, yeah, very good match between Val Venis and D'Lo Brown. Next up, we get a squash match as the Oddities, Kurgan, the Masked Golga, and the Giant Silva, with Luna Machon and ICP, defeat Kai and Tai, which is Dick Togo, Menteo, Shofunaki, and Taka Michinoku with their manager Yamaguchi-san. So you got these three big guys in the Oddities taking on these small Japanese guys in Kai and Tai, they were just there to get destroyed, and yeah, the Oddities won, and yet they were so over as heck, even though we knew the Oddities were not ever going to be tag team champions. They were still over, though. They were still over as hell during this time period. Next up, we get a match. We get a hair versus hair match as X-Pac with Howard Finkel defeats Jeff Jarrett. So X-Pac and Jeff Jarrett have a really solid match here. A really good match between Jeff Jarrett and X-Pac. And X-Pac and Jeff Jarrett were facing each other in a hair versus hair match. Really solid matchup here. And this all stimulates from an incident that happened on Sunday Night Heat. Howard Finkel got his head shaved by Jeff Jarrett. And X-Pac, was feuding with Jarrett in the build-up to SummerSlam. Really good match here. Basically, everyone comes out to help X-Pac after X-Pac wins, and Southern Justice, though, they do stop Jeff Jarrett from getting completely shaved bald. He gets his head shaved, though, but, it's much shorter now, but still a very solid match here. Next up, we get, in his WWF debut, we have Edge teaming with Sable to defeat Mark Marrow and Jacqueline in a mixed tag match. Nothing more to be said here except Mark Marrow and Jacqueline, they get their butts handed to them by Sable and Edge here. Edge debuted during the summer of 99, or the summer of 98, if you will. Edge made his debut in the summer of 98. Nothing more to be said here. Next up, we get the first ever Lions Den match as Ken Shamrock defeats Owen Hart in the first ever Lions Den match. This is basically like your typical MMA style type of matchup. It's like, in the basement of Madison Square Garden. Because the main arena is hosting the main show up top, and then below there's an arena below. Basically, that's where the Lions Den match was being held. It was a spectacle of its own right. This MMA-style matchup, you only win via submission. There have only been 3 Lions Den matches that have happened, and most of them happened with Ken Shamrock. This was Ken Shamrock's match. And Ken Shamrock defeated the likes of Owen Hart. This was also Owen Hart's very last SummerSlam appearance, because he would die a year later in 1999 at the Over the Edge pay-per-view when he had his tragic fall. IRP Owen Hart. You will be missed, Owen Hart. You will be missed, Owen. Next up, we got a Falls Count Anywhere match for the WWF Tag Team Championships, as the New Age Outlaws, the Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn defeat Mankind. Now, originally, this was supposed to be Mankind and Kane defending their titles against the likes of the New Age Outlaws. But because Mankind and Kane, because Kane ducked out and left Mankind all by himself, this was basically Mankind having to face the Outlaws in a handicap match. The Outlaws win, but Mankind still puts up a hell of a match. Hell of an effort by Mankind, nothing more to be said here. Next up on the show, we feature a ladder match for the WWF Intercontinental Championship, as Triple H defeats The Rock to capture the Intercontinental Championship. This ladder match was awesome, as Triple H and The Rock beat the crap out of each other. You have The Rock coming out with Mark Henry as part of the Nation, and you have Triple H coming out with China. Basically, DX has a clean sweep on this show. X-Pac won his match with Jeff Jarrett earlier on in the night. The Outlaws defeated Mankind, and then Triple H defeated The Rock. Basically, DX was just on a winning streak during this whole show. Now we cut to the main event of the show for the WWF Championship, as Stone Cold Steve Austin defeats The Undertaker to retain the WWF Championship in a really good match this was. This was a solid, stellar main event between between Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker. Stone Cold and The Undertaker put on a hell of a match out here. There was a brief moment where Kane came out and Undertaker sent Kane back to the locker room. But there was the spot where Undertaker, dived off the top rope and put Austin through the table, and Austin went crashing through the announce table. This match was great back and forth action between Taker and Austin, and definitely regarded as one of the best in their series, alongside the likes of their Buried Alive match at Rock Bottom and their First Blood match at Fully Loaded. Taker and Austin definitely say it was one of their better matches. And I would say I love the Taker and Austin series. I definitely loved watching Austin and Taker face each other. So, in a nutshell, SummerSlam 1998 is regarded as a great SummerSlam. It is definitely saying, well, it was good reviewing this show. I say happy 20th to SummerSlam 1998. Still wish Owen Hart was still with us. But that stupid accident had to happen in 1999. Who even approved it? Fucking Russo. But either way, SummerSlam 1998, I say, remains a classic. And if all you younger fans, you should check it out for yourselves. All the young fans who are so curious of wanting to watch an Attitude Era-based SummerSlam, check out SummerSlam 1998. This has been your Digital Super Saiyan 3, and I'll see you next time.